Yo! Welcome to the Wall of Hype. This is Renee. This week's featured artist, Jacoppo Malossetti. Alright, guys, let's get into it. Alright, so I came across Jacoppo's work not too long ago. I want to say about 6 months, towards the end of the year in 2020. I started following his work, caught my eye just because it doesn't look like he's been doing this for too long, but he does have great skill. And I was able to identify his craft, his detail, and just a natural with the paintbrush in his hand. So I'm excited to get into the work he's done. I've selected three pairs of shoes that I think stand out or at least represent his style or his work. So here we go. The first one I have here is this Mickey and Minnie design on some Air Force Ones. If you can see, let me see if they has additional pictures here. So here you can see him going in with a brush, and if you can see how clean his line work is, his line work is crisp. The edges are sharp. That just tells you he has, talent. He has a keen eye. He has confidence and is talented with the brush in his hand. Color selection, the composition on this shoe, I like the blue chosen, the two blues on the Mickey with the yellow, the red pink or the red orange pink on Minnie, on both shoes. Mirrors of each other on each side. Beautiful work, clean work. It's not like he wrapped the entire shoe, but it's just enough to, put the actual characters on the shoe where it's not overly done and it's not minimal, but it's simplistic. So I this is one of my favorite shoes from Jacoppo. The next pair of shoes that I have out here is the Simpson one with the Ronaldo and Homer. I think this is a cool shoe for me, at least, just because it's Ronaldo, R9, of course, that Ronaldo from Brazil, and it's just for me as a soccer fan. I like it. Just hits home for me a bit. But aside from that, you can see he uses the same placement composition as the previous shoe with the Mickey and Minnie. It's two characters and it's on the side of each shoe and they're just mirrors of each other. You might say, well, nothing cool about that, or what's so difficult about that? He's just doing it two times. Well, here's a little video so that you can see at how talented Jacoppo really is with the paintbrush in his hand. Look at that stroke, line, crisp lines. Here in this part of it, he's filling in the black. But if you can see like the entire outline of Homer, his eyes, his mouth, or his ears, all that, single stroke. That's talent right there. Clean, precision. That just goes to show that he's probably been doing this for a long time. Maybe not exactly on shoes, but he's been working on his craft, on his art, on other mediums, maybe canvas, maybe clothes, as I have seen in some of his work on his IG page. But at the end of the day, guys, this is beautiful work. This is crisp. This is clean. This is great art. The last shoe that I have for this one is a throwback for me. It's Popeye and Olivia. And if we go back and we look at the two previous pairs of shoes, you can identify Jacoppo's style of art. He composes the same. The patterns, I would want to say there's a pattern that he tends to use, placement that he tends to use, that you can identify with. So he's not all over the place doing this on this shoe, doing this on that shoe. No, he's very well defined his art, his style. And you can see these, he went from Mickey and Minnie to Popeye and Olivia to Ronaldo, R9, and Homer Simpson. These are three completely different themes, but not just the shoe being the same, but just the way it's composed. You can identify his work in these three pairs of shoes, which is what caught my eye initially. Even though I haven't been following him for too long, I knew that you can kind of see that he knew what he knew what his style was, and he knew where he wanted to go with it, and it shows in his work. And with that, you guys, that wraps up this week's Wall of Hype featured artist. If you know any artists out there that are looking or deserve recognition for their work, DM us, message us at wall_of_hype. And just DM us, comment, whatever it is you guys want to do. Just get a hold of us, and give the artist that you think needs or deserves recognition a shout, and we'll look at their work and we'll try to put them in here, you guys. All right, guys, that's it. I'm out. Peace.